Hello everyone and welcome to Africa's Craziest, where we bring to you the good, the bad, and the outrageous insights about Africa. In today's video, we are taking a look at who is Ibrahim Traoré, the soldier behind Burkina Faso's latest coup. Before we get started, kindly click on the subscription button and notification bell to be notified each time we put up a new video. Also remember to like, comment, and share if you find the video interesting. Ibrahim Traoré was born in 1988 in Bondokuy, Burkina Faso. He attended primary school in his hometown and secondary school in Bobo-Dioulasso, Burkina Faso's second-largest city. In 2006, he entered the University of Ouagadougou, graduating in 2009 with honors. Traoré, a relatively low-ranking officer who days earlier was running an artillery regiment in a small northern town, has been catapulted onto the world stage since he and a group of soldiers overthrew President Paul-Henri Damiba in a September 30 coup. Little is known about Traoré and his colleagues, who since Friday have delivered statements on national television brandishing guns, ammunition belts, and masks. They face gigantic challenges to alleviate hardship in one of the world's poorest countries where drought, food shortages, and creaking health and education systems provide daily challenges for millions. On September 30, 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traoré led a military coup in Burkina Faso, overthrowing the government of Paul-Henri Damiba. On October 21, 2022, Traoré was sworn in as transitional president and head of state of Burkina Faso. He was also appointed Supreme Chief of the Burkinabe Armed Forces. He is the youngest head of state in the world. Later in 2009, he enlisted in the Burkinabe army. He quickly impressed his superiors and was sent for anti-aircraft training in Morocco. In 2014, he was promoted to lieutenant. In 2018, Traoré served with the United Nations peacekeeping forces in northern Mali. He participated in several counterinsurgency operations against militant Islamists and ethnic insurgents. He was commended for showing bravery in these encounters by his superiors. In 2019, he was stationed in the north of Burkina Faso, where an insurgency raged. He was later promoted to captain. The rebel insurgency has had grave consequences for the people of Burkina Faso. By late 2021, a humanitarian crisis was evident in many parts of the country. A quarter of the population faced food insecurity. Food shortages were common in many areas. Various insurgent groups roamed freely in the countryside. Some were allied with Islamic State, others with Al-Qaeda. In January 2022, a military coup led by Paul-Henri Damiba overthrew the civilian government. Under the new government, little improvement was seen by many members of the military. Those stationed in remote areas often did not receive their pay on time. In mid-September 2022, 11 soldiers were killed in the north of the country by insurgents. This sparked rage among many soldiers. Traoré rallied the soldiers and led a coup against Damiba, who fled the country. Traoré was installed as transitional president and promised elections in 2024 or sooner. In the immediate aftermath of the coup, anti-French and Western sentiments were voiced by many coup supporters. Others voiced pro-Russian opinions. ECOWAS, an organization of West African states, condemned the coup but took little action against the new government. Traoré's politics remain unclear, except for being pro-military and anti-insurgent. Traoré has not released any details about his personal life. In an interview with Radio France International, Traoré, a career soldier who has fought on the front lines against Islamist militants in the north, insisted he would not be in charge for long. A national conference will appoint a new interim ruler by the end of the year. That leader, who could be civilian or military, will honor an agreement with West Africa's regional bloc and oversee a return to civilian rule by 2024, he said. "We did not come to continue, we did not come for a particular purpose," he said. "All that matters when the level of security returns is the fight, its development." Their moves, which may include army reform and ties to new international partners such as Russia, could alter politics in West Africa and change how Burkina Faso fights an Islamist insurgency that has killed thousands and forced millions to flee. Army officers initially supported Damiba when he took power in his own coup in January, promising to defeat the Islamists. But they quickly lost patience. Damiba refused to reform the army, Traore's junta said. Attacks worsened. Just last week, at least 11 soldiers were killed in an attack in the north. Meanwhile, Russia has expressed support for the coup just as regional neighbors and Western powers condemned it. "I salute and support Captain Ibrahim Traore," read a statement from Russian businessman Yevgeny Prigozhin, founder of private military company Wagner Group, which has operations across Africa, including in Burkina Faso's neighbor Mali. Ties with Russia? Ties with Russia would put a further strain on relations with former colonial power France, which has provided military support in recent years but has become the target of pro-Russian protests. Its embassy in Ouagadougou was attacked in the aftermath of Friday's coup. Read more. Wagner's entry into Mali last year spelled the end to France's decade-long mission to contain Islamists linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State, who have since spread into Burkina Faso. Wagner and the Malian army have since been accused by rights groups and witnesses of widespread abuses, including the killing of hundreds of civilians in the town of Mora in March. Burkina Faso's new leaders on Saturday stoked anti-French rioting when they said in a statement on television that France had sheltered Damiba at a military base and that he was planning a counter-offensive.
Moi, en tant que premier responsable, je n'ai pas ce droit. On ne peut pas se décourager. Nous avons une mission. Si j'étais l'ennemi aussi, géopolitiquement, je vais m'en prendre beaucoup au Burkina. Donc vous voyez qu'il y a une convergence des terroristes vers le Burkina. C'est logique. L'objectif, c'est de nous faire plier parce que la ligne qu'on a prise, ça ne doit pas contaminer d'autres. Donc c'est un peu l'effet. Donc c'est normal que l'activité terroriste s'intensifie, mais aucun sacrifice ne sera de trop.
No sacrifice will be too great to take this country out of the situation in which it finds itself. So, our commitment is for a return to peace. And our compass will always be the people. That is what will guide us throughout these 21 months. Our objectives are none other than to breathe new life into all our compatriots afflicted by this conflict. It is also to envisage endogenous development, relying only on ourselves.
If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and why not share it with your network. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video on some of the craziest things about Africa.